Hi guys, if you want to know how to get from this to this one just by using a 3D printer, then follow me.
So first off, you need the floating body middle 2 times, the floating body outside 4 times, you need some super glue, and then you need all in all 4 M5 inserts. Alright, then you put on the glue, make sure that there's enough glue on it so that the parts can stick together very well. Then put some pressure on it, glue around the outsides, do it for the other side as well, and then wait for some time that the glue can dry. Alright, now take your heating iron, put in the 4 threads and take care that they are straight. And repeat this step 2 times because you have 2 floating bodies on the left and on the right. Now you take 8 M5 screws and 8 M5 washers, screw them in so that the thread inserts don't get dirty while putting paint on them. After painting, just remove all of the 8 screws and use your floating body connector. You need that 2 times. Then use 4 M5 screws, 4 M5 washers for each floating body and screw on the connector part. Okay, now to the bait dispenser assembly. You need the bait dispenser servo holder, 4 times M5 thread, 2 times M2.5 thread, then 4 M5 screws, 2 M2.5 screws, then 4 M5 washers, the servo, the steering rod, the bait dispenser rod, and the bait dispenser bridge 2 times. After putting in your 4 M5 screws, make sure that the bait dispenser rod can slide through easily and is not sticking to the plastic. As shown with the floating body, you have to use your heating iron to put in the M5 inserts and the M2.5 inserts. You have to put in the M2.5 insert into the servo and also into the pushing rod. Now to the assembly of the second floating body connector, you need 2 short, so 60mm M5 screws, you need 2 M5 washers, and then screw in the inside of the floating body connector. After that, you need 2 M5 20mm screws and 2 M5 washers in order to connect the bait dispenser to the connecting part of the floating body. So now to the assembly of the float connector. You need that piece 2 times. And then you also need 5 M5 thread inserts. Do the same thing as before, use your heating iron, put them in and wait for them to cool down, and also make sure that they are straight again. Alright, now take your M5 eye bolt, screw it in and repeat the step 2 times. In order to connect the float connector and the floating body itself, you need 4 M5 screws and 4 M5 washers, and as you see in the video, just put them together and screw in the screws, and do this for the right and the left side. It can be that you have to remove the bait dispenser for this part, but yeah, if you have to do so, just screw it out, put in the float connector and put it on again. Now to the assembly of the middle connector and electronic box, you will need 16 M5 thread inserts, and you have to fill out all the 16 holes on the bottom of the box. Now for the lid, you need your electronic box lid, then you need 6 of your magnets. These are 5.2 millimeters. glue them in and make sure that they the right orientation. Then for the hinge you need 2 hinge bolts. Then you need 2 M5 thread inserts. Use your heating iron to put them in. Then you need the hinge bolt counterpiece, 2 M5 screws and 2 M5 washers, and just screw them together. So now for the feed flap mechanism, which is pretty similar to the bait dispenser. You will need the servo holder feed flap mechanism. Then you will need the servo. Then you will need 6 M5 inserts and 2 M2.5 inserts. Then you will need the push rod for feed flap mechanism. Then you need 4 M5 screws and 2 M2.5 screws. Then you will need 4 M5 washers. And you will need the steering rod. And also make sure to put in all the inserts straight. And as you can see in the video, I have a longer version of it in the assembly video. The final version you can download only has 2 inserts on the front side, and also the feed carrier is a little bit smaller because the first version was too big. Now to the assembly of the feed carrier, you will need the feed carrier itself, and you also will need 2 flange bearing sleeves and a rubber hammer, and just put them in with some pressure. Then you will need 2 M5 inserts and the feed carrier bottom lid. Yeah, you use a heating iron, put them in. Then you need 2 M5 screws, 2 M5 washers, and screw them in from the sides. Make sure that the hinge can move freely and good. To connect the feed carrier with the mechanism, you will need 2 M5 screws and 2 M5 washers, and just carefully screw them in. Now for the engine mount assembly, first off you will need the engine mount outside and 4 M5 inserts. You also need 2 thrust ball bearings and 1 ball bearing, and as you can see in the video, put them in with some pressure, align them right, and make sure there's some grease on it. To assemble the engine mount, you need the engine mount itself and 1 M5 insert. After that you need the steering mount, then 1 2.5 insert, then an M5 screw and an M5 washer. Also make sure to put in 4 M2.5 inserts on the top and 1 M5 insert on the bottom. Then use your motor mount cover with 1 M5 screw and 1 M5 washer and screw it in. Don't make it too tight so that it can rotate freely. Next off you need the connector piece servo mount, then another servo and 2 M2.5 inserts. Put them in, use your servo lever extension, also put in 1 M2.5 insert, and there you have it. Then use 2 M2.5 screws and screw it onto the servo holder. Then you will need 3 M5 screws and 3 washers to put both of the parts together. Now you need 2 2.5 screws and another pushing rod to connect the 2 pieces together so that you can steer later on. To connect connect the engine with the rest of the boat, you need your spacer 1, then you need 6 inserts and 3 M5 screws and 3 washers. You also need your spacer 2 and 1 M5 eye bolt. To finish up the engine part, you need 4 propeller guards and also some super glue again, and just as seen in the video, glue them together, wait for a while, and if you want you can also put paint on it so that it has a little bit more resistance. If you didn't do it already, now it's the time. Put in your 4 M2.5 inserts and the engine, align the engine with the holes. Now take 4 M2.5 screws and screw in the propeller guard into the engine. When installing the propeller spacer, make sure that the small diameter of the spacer is close to the engine. Now take your propeller and the screw that is delivered with the engine, and also make sure that the lettering of the propeller is close to the engine. Also make sure that the grub screw is tight. To connect the floating bodies with the rest of the boat, you need 8 M5 screws and 8 M5 washers. To connect the spacer with the rest of the boat, you need 4 M5 screws and 4 M5 washers. Same for the feed carrier, also use 4 M5 screws and 4 M5 washers. Now for the cables, use your 3.5mm extension cables and connect it to the engine and put it inside the electronic box. Now connect your Pichler Pulsar B60 and put it into the electronic box as well, and connect it with the extension cables. If the basic servo cables aren't long enough, use your servo extension cables and put all of the cables inside the electronic box. Now for the light bar, if you want to install it, use a 3mm drill and just put it wherever you want. Last but not least, install your shoulder strap, and yeah, just enjoy carrying around your bait boat. I also did some cable management in the front and in the back, but you can do it however you like. I plugged in all the servo cables as seen in the video. Now we're done with the assembly of the boat. The only thing that's still left to do is to plug in the battery, and then you can enjoy your boat. Have fun.